Hey there, everyone! This is Everybody is a News Critic, and welcome to our channel where we break down news stories and help you make sense of them. Today we're going to be talking about the Munich Security Conference that took place recently. We'll discuss who attended, what was discussed, and how it affects both the short-term and long-term future of international security. So first things first, what is the Munich Security Conference? Well, it's an annual event where leaders from around the world gather to discuss global security issues. It started back in 1963, and this year it was held from February 14th to 16th at the Hotel Bayerischer Hof in Munich. This year's conference had some pretty big names in attendance. For instance, we had Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky there, as well as over 150 ministers and leaders of international organizations. The United States was represented by Vice President Vance. The central theme of this year's conference revolved around multipolarization. That might sound like a mouthful, but it basically means the shift towards a world with several centers of power, rather than just one dominant superpower. There were discussions about geopolitical uncertainties and regional conflicts, including those in Gaza and Ukraine. One surprising statement came from Vice President Vance, who criticized European allies for their perceived control over free speech and their immigration policies. He also suggested that some European democratic institutions might be ignoring internal threats. This caused quite a stir among the attendees, with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz publicly criticizing Vance's comments and emphasizing Germany's commitment to supporting Ukraine and rejecting any cooperation with far-right elements. Another interesting point that came up was the debate on multipolarity. Some leaders expressed skepticism about the continued dominance of the US on the global stage, which sparked discussions about the future of international power dynamics. Now let's take a look at what this all means for the short and long-term future. In the short term, it suggests that there might be some tension in the transatlantic relationships between the US and Europe. There are differing opinions on how to approach security issues, particularly when it comes to Russia. In the long term, the shift towards multipolarization could mean a restructuring of international alliances and power dynamics. It's possible that we might see a more balanced distribution of power across multiple global players rather than relying heavily on one dominant superpower. This is certainly an interesting time for global security, and it will be fascinating to see how things unfold in the coming months and years. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.